Hello everyone and welcome to Mountain League Journal. I'm Tom Halleck. This week, the threat of widespread cuts and the on-again, off-again tariffs bring out protesters by the thousands.
People are panicked. A lot of people are scared.
This week, hundreds of thousands of people across the country, including here in the North Country, took part in protests nationwide against the Trump administration's downsizing of the federal government and the newly imposed tariffs that have set off a global trade war, including with our closest neighbors in Canada. This week, the president raised the stakes again, hiking tariffs on imports from China up another 50%, after China fought back and imposed retaliatory tariffs on American goods. Many other countries are reaching out to try to negotiate deals to lower the new tariffs.
The tariffs, you've been hearing about tariffs. We're taking in almost $2 billion a day in tariffs. $2 billion a day. And we're doing very well. And we're doing very well in making, I call them tailored deals, not off the rack. These are tailored, highly tailored deals. Right now, Japan is flying here to make a deal. South Korea is flying here to make a deal, and others are flying here. So that whole situation that, it was somewhat explosive, but if we didn't do that, we wouldn't be talking the way we're talking right now. It's been amazing what's happened. Sometimes you have to mix it up a little bit, but we've had great consideration. We've had talks with many, many countries, over 70. They all want to come in. Our problem is can't see that many that fast. But we don't have to because, as you know, the tariffs are on and the money is pouring in at a level that we've never seen before. And it's going to be great for us. It's going to be great for other countries. We've been ripped off and abused by countries for many years with the tariff situation. They've used tariffs against us. We didn't use tariffs against them or in any way. I mean, we just didn't use them of any monumental proportion. And so we are doing it now.
The North Country Chamber of Commerce this week put out new numbers on how much of an impact the tariffs and political climate are having on the economy here in northern New York. Traffic through the northern New York border crossing saw a 16% drop during the month of February. They expect the numbers in March to be even worse. 66% of businesses say they've already experienced a slight to significant decrease in Canadian bookings for 2025. 59% report that 25 to 50% of their revenue is generated by Canadian visitors, and 26% have already adjusted staffing levels in response to the decline.
Thank you for being here.
The tariffs, as you might imagine, were among the topics at a town hall gathering here in Plattsburgh, hosted by one of the Democrats now planning to challenge North Country Congresswoman Elise Stefanik in the upcoming midterm elections that are still a year and a half away.
Democrats have forgotten how to run in rural districts.
Blake Gendebien is a political newcomer, a dairy farmer from St. Lawrence County who was chosen by Democrats to run in what was expected to be a special election sometime this spring or summer to replace Elise Stefanik in Congress, before President Trump then withdrew her nomination to be UN ambassador, asking her instead to remain in the U.S. House. Gendebien has decided to continue on and will seek the Democratic nomination for the fall of 2026, or potentially run in a special election that could still happen before the midterms if the Congresswoman is nominated to join President Trump's cabinet in another capacity.
We keep hearing that perhaps Elise Stefanik may be picked to be a member of the president's cabinet. Are you thinking that there could still be a special election before we get to November 2026?
I do think there's a good chance of her resigning in the middle of summer sometime and then having a special election this fall. Absolutely.
And you're moving full speed ahead with the campaign.
We're out doing these town halls, visiting with people. Everybody in the North Country, from what I'm hearing, wants to be listened to.
What are you hearing from the voters at these town halls?
Tariffs, 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 and the fear of inflation and affordability going up, things getting more expensive.
They are drastically cutting the National Endowment for the Humanities.
Gendebien took questions from a crowd of about 150 people who filled the Strand Theater in Plattsburgh, including if he thinks he can win in a district that in recent years has leaned more and more to the right.
I am very close to the middle. And I'm not going to apologize for being a moderate leader. I'm not going to apologize for wanting to work on things that we can actually get done. And that's the secret to winning rural America back.
We sat down with Gendebien a couple of weeks ago when we thought there would still be a special election and talked about why he was getting into politics. You can watch that full interview on our website and YouTube channel. By the way, this week, House Speaker Mike Johnson appointed Elise Stefanik as chairwoman of the House Republican leadership for the 119th Congress and reappointed her to the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, as well as the Armed Services and Education and Workforce Committees in the House that she served on before. Stefanik released a statement saying she is honored to be appointed chairwoman of the House Republican leadership to lead House Republicans in implementing President Donald Trump's mandate from the American people for the America First agenda, and that she looks forward to the work ahead enacting the president's historic agenda. Stefanik had given up her seat on those committees and her position as House Conference Chair when she was nominated to be UN Ambassador.